I'm actually sick, but I'm actually gonna throw up.
Let's go.
There's no way, bro. I just lost $1,000.
So I just turned $100 into how much? 1,255. Nice doing business with you, bro. Really?
I'm sick. Like, I literally got a mansion bonus to give to Pico. I guess keep the
wait, we're so lucky today, though.
Yeah, today could be a lucky day. Maybe play some Asian babies. Maybe today's our lucky day to hit the grand. How much is the grand? I bet.
So it was 100K earlier. 105?
Try it.
That's a rinse right though if we don't hit that.
Holy fuck, man. Well, I'm still at massive, so I'm not too pissed. Got about
22 hours left?
I'm just kind of flying, low-key. I don't want to jinx it, and I feel good right now. I'm not tired. I feel great. Should we go play Asian baby?
$2,000 in. What spins are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm thinking, how much is this? 52?
All right. Wait, you might pop it right here? No?
No pop. We're in. 4 scatter. Wait, this could pay. I don't know about 4, but it has to be more spins. Oh, no, it's 10. Is it always 10?
I think it might always be 10.
So what do we need here? I'm trying to think what we need. I think we just need hits. What do we go? We need golds full screen, like one sip.
Whoa.
That's all the way. How much is that? 1,800. 1,800. Bro, imagine I said 18,000.
I know.
I mean, not bad. I'll take it.
Great.
We need the gold symbol, though. This symbol all the way, full screen. It's already 2K. Wow. Man, we're on a heater today.
Yeah, what is happening?
Give me gold all the way, man. Gold full screen. Or give me a retrigger. I'll take boats.
Boats?
Okay. Anything. Give me the gold all the way. Come on, man. Do the gold. Okay. Come on. Oh, that's not bad. 600. I'll take it, though. I mean, 3,200. I think it's another hand pay.
It is, yeah.
It's got to be, right? Yep. There you go. Nice. Let's go. Wow, we are on fire today.
This is crazy.
My God. 3,700 buckaroos. They just add it to the vault, man. Just add it in, throw it in there. Man, we are...
Hello. Yo, Brian.
Yo, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
For sure. How
You
you
hear?
been, man?
Good, man. You?
I've been good, bro.
Uh,
Tired, but doing the midterms, bro.
you come 121. I heard you guys had 2 problem sets too. So yeah, like 3 due this week, I think. Oh no,
Yeah.
you're not. No, actually, you're not in 101.
I'm
But I
only
know
in
you had,
in 100, 100 and 121.
so you had one for 121 for sure, though.
Yeah.
So how was that midterm? You said it was light work.
Whew. It felt like it. We'll see though.
Uh, you don't hear a fan? It's not bothering you right now? Like the sound? You don't hear like a... No?
No?
Alright, keep it on.
Yeah, all good, bro. Yo, how you been feeling though, bro? After the whole trip.
I'm good, bro. Tired for sure.
Yeah,
A good 3 days. I was like dead.
that
I
trip
ain't
had
even
you
like
knocked out, huh?
I had no energy for nothing. Like
I mean, they had you running around like crazy, huh?
yeah, like nah. I think for me, I don't know. I don't know. I think started to notice that when I wear suits, that shit gives me a lot of pain in my neck. Like
Yeah.
last time I was at what was it? I was like just like that meeting yesterday. No, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday, Tuesday. Yeah, I had the blazer on, and that shit was hurting my neck
Mm.
bad. I was like, fuck. I remember that day too. Was it Saturday trip? I couldn't even handle that pain, bro. I was ready to pop the painkillers.
Dang. No, yeah. Some
But
suits
nah,
just, I mean, like they fit a little tight, some they fit, loose. But I mean, sometimes they just like have like your neck at like a weird angle too. I know what you
yeah,
mean.
but yeah, it's a lot of pressure on my neck. Not gonna lie.
Mm. No, yeah, that's how I felt too when I first started. I was not used to wearing suits at all. But like
Yeah,
over time, you kind of just get used to it, and like then you kind of just like find like your own comfortable way of wearing them. But yeah, I know what you mean. Whew. For me, it was like my feet. I would always stand so much, so like my feet would or
yeah,
like were they were always so sore, especially for like the long meetings where like it was like a whole like 2 3 day event. I'm just standing, and I'm like, bro, like my feet were just killing me. So I bought these little like insoles, and I put them
yeah,
in my shoes, and now I can stand for like for hours because like it's so like squishy. They're like 10 13 bucks at Target.
yeah. I think you told me about it during the trip. I remember you're like, I got the insoles. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
because they're like it makes it way more cushiony.
Yeah, it gives
Cause
you like that little memory foam.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Kind
like the
of,
like the gel memory foam. Cause man, I even told Tona like bro, like my feet are killing me, bro. Like I can't do it anymore. But
yeah.
no, yeah. Oh, like here he is.
Nah, what are you talking about now, bro?
Tona?
Always you're starting up. Yeah. I got the good chair this time. Look at this.
Yeah, you got like the office chair, huh?
Office chair, huh? Little
Got the
recline back.
ergonomic chair?
Hey, let me get
Yeah.
that.
I'm in a study room right now. Still over here at school.
I need to give me a chair like that.
Hey. Hey, you rocking the green today, bro?
Yeah, I'm copying you today,
Nah, but took my whole flow.
I'm feeling like Tony today.
Feeling like Tona. Alright, it's all good. Hey, how you been though, Brian?
Good, man.
You been good? Yeah.
Tired. Yeah.
How was it going back home?
It was good, to be
Oh, yeah.
honest. Got to see the family, a lot of the family from up here, up north. They all pulled up.
Hey,
That was
really?
cool.
What was it, like a big event?
Yeah, it was my brother's baby shower.
Oh, your brother's
Ooh.
baby shower.
Yeah,
His
man.
first child?
Nah, it's the third, but it's
Third.
the first girl, so they had to go all out.
Mm. That makes sense.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. Yeah, it was dope. Baby shower was fire.
yeah, to be honest.
I
Is that
bet,
where you got
man.
the flan from or what?
Yeah, basically, well, my mom made it basically
Mm.
for him for
Okay,
Oh,
that
okay.
day.
He
I
posted a
need
picture
Mom's
of
jealous,
flan, and I was like,
some of
hey,
that.
like that. I was like, that sounds like
Ah,
fire. Like I need to try that.
bro. That shit is fire. Probably the best one I tried.
nah, yeah, bro. I love me some flan, bro. I be going crazy over some flan. You ever had choco flan?
Yeah, to be
Ooh.
honest, I feel like my
I,
aunt makes a bomb ass one.
any type of flan, I'm tearing it up.
Oh,
I'm tearing it up. Yeah, you ain't bring me none.
there is none
Especially
left over, bro.
Nah, there's none left.
I
Damn.
barely got a little ass piece. Everybody destroyed it.
Dude, nah, that's crazy. I would have been coming back for play number three.
Uh,
Some of
see,
that extra fun.
there's no leftovers this time.
Nah, for real, huh? But yeah, I mean, I know you went back home and you were kind of busy over the week, so we kind of didn't get to meet up too much. We didn't get to,
mm-hmm.
kind of move on with each other. But I mean, how you been feeling since then, Brian? Since you came to Fast Zone, and then
Yeah,
you yeah, kind of packed up a little bit. But how you been feeling since then?
good to be honest.
Yeah.
Stagnant, just busy, but ready to keep going to see what's the next
Mm,
moves. Learn a little bit more, ask more
mm.
questions, get more input.
For
That's
sure, for
good,
sure.
man. Yeah. So did you have like any questions that came up while, during that time
During the fast one?
or during fast zone or during this last
No, probably
week?
just questions in general. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, some questions, just more like general, I guess.
mm.
Not really necessarily just because of the fast zone, but just
Yeah,
more
what were you kind of looking to learn more about?
just like questions about like when you sponsor someone, when you launch,
Mm,
uh
okay.
how it works when you launch at first, like about the products, not really exactly
There you go.
info on the
Mm.
products, but like what products, for example, like how it would work. Like
Mm,
if I launch, like what products are in my store, like all those products that they explain, or only like the energy drinks, only the oral care, only the skincare, like
mm.
how does it all work?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I can tell that you're asking a bit more, how and what questions,
Yeah,
right? And obviously, I know last time you got to talk to Kwan. Remember, she
yeah,
talked to you a lot about a lot of different things, and she always, brought it back to those three questions. And once you answer those three questions, when you're pretty good to start the business, which is, is it legit? Which we talked about many times. I can, still talk about today. Is
yeah,
it worth it? Which is, kind of what you've seen from Fast Zone, from different videos you watched, from different meetings that you went through, right? That's obviously something we can help you find out as well. And this last one is, can you do it, right?
yeah,
And that's obviously there's a few things that go into that, like some objections, right? Like I know when it comes to sales or building this type of business, some people have like a fear of failure, fear of judgment,
yeah,
low self-image. Like obviously, we understand we're working with people here, right? That's some of the things that we help them cover. Another thing is questions about exactly like you said, like different products or how exactly the business works or strategy, techniques, ways to grow the business. That's another thing that's included in those, how and what question. And that's something we want to talk about. But today, before we even talk about doing the work like sponsoring and selling products, we really want to help people be prepared before starting out and launch their business and getting to do the work. That's why you kind of notice so far that we have kind of like a few steps in the process. And one of the things that we like to go over with people is helping them make sure that their condition is good before starting a business.
yeah,
Because I mean, if someone wasn't able to budget their finances, then I'm not so confident how they would be with budgeting for their business,
yeah,
right?
Mm.
Or if someone has, a hard time managing their priorities and making time for things, then I can tell that someone that's gonna have trouble squeezing business in into what school, work,
yeah,
other responsibilities. So it's tough, right? But that's something we want to help people out with. When it comes to their budget and their scheduling, making sure that, obviously before you invest anything into our business, meaning like for products or education or anything like that, like we want to make sure you're good, right? We want to make sure, like I said, people are able to cover their expenses before being able to invest into this business. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Because, obviously when it comes to the products, you have to buy the products, and the small money that you can make is through retail margin, and the second amount of money you can make is when you actually sell that product, and then as well as the PV. So like three different ways you can make money when it comes to just
yeah,
using Amway products. Like I said, you make the retail margin and the PV. But like I said before, we want people to start investing in their business. We want to make sure they're good, right? Like I'm not I don't want someone to use like their whole savings, on
yeah,
products on their business, right? Some people do that, right? Like I could have been like, yo, Brian, let me see that credit card, bro. Is like not, and I'm in control.
Uh,
No, obviously we're not running that type of business, right? So, like I said, we want to make sure people have their expenses covered, they have a good savings plan, and whatever money they have after that is where you can start looking to invest in your business, right? And we understand we work a little bit more with a student market, right? So we understand, a lot of people have trouble finding a job or finding a good paying job, right? So it makes it a little bit harder, but we want people to at least be, a little bit aware of how much money they're making and how much money they're spending, right? Like would you consider yourself someone with like a big spending habit or something like that?
Nah, I'm very when it comes to money, I'm very on it, to
Oh
be honest.
yeah.
Mm.
Like I take into account every single thing I buy.
Oh
And
really? So
yeah,
so do you budget your finances right now?
yeah, it's like past like 10 years.
Oh really? How do you do it?
I
How
used
do
to
you
do it
keep
on
track?
paper at first, and probably like the past 2 years on Excel. And I
That's
was good
good.
on Excel too, but I found it boring, you know? I just found it
Uh-huh.
more entertaining doing it on paper.
Oh, okay. No, that's good because a lot of the time, I talk to people, they either never budget their finances before
Yeah,
or they don't have a job. So there's no income coming in, right? So that's good to hear you're someone that already kind of budgets their finances. So
yeah.
what does that kind of look like for you in terms of expenses? Like how much are you paying for in expenses right now? You know
Not
like
anything right now, so let's say ever since I transferred, it's just coming out of my savings account.
oh man, that's tough, right?
It's just paying and paying.
Yeah, no. Oh my, who did I talk to recently? Chris's girlfriend. Actually, I just
Yeah.
talked to her recently, and no, same thing with her. She's been leaking from that savings account, and that's just like, oh man, like obviously when times get tough, sometimes like even me, actually like this past few months, I've been leaking through my savings account. Why? Because we needed to pay a lot more in bills and rent,
Yeah,
and my hours haven't been, being able to cover that. So because of that, I've also been having to leak into my savings a bit. But I'm good now. Now I'm back to, I'm gonna start T-Mobile like next week. So I should be back on track. You know what I mean? New
right.
little job, new little side of but but yeah, where was I? Yeah, no, I mean you don't want to be leaking in your savings. Like right now, do you
Hmm.
have a job right now?
Nah, I'm trying to.
But you're looking for one, right?
Yeah.
How often have you been applying for?
Probably not that often since lately I've been trying to apply just to pure internships. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask, that was the next question I wanted to ask was, well, what kind of job are you looking for? Like on-campus jobs, or you said like internships, right?
right now interested, but I do like for next year I already started applying to a couple places, but they haven't hit me back up.
Mm,
Or on
mm,
campus for sure, just because, you know,
mm,
they work with your schedule, so it'll be something that'll be pretty cool. Just well,
mm. Okay.
not have
And
to,
you have a car, right?
yeah,
Okay, so you don't gotta stick to on-campus because
yeah.
like how much you guys get paid on campus over there in Merced?
It's like 1650.
Okay.
Around there, 17, 17, 15. I think that's what my girl gets paid.
Yeah, no, that's pretty rough though, because I mean, that's pretty rough, right? Because like
Yeah,
I mean, the job market's tough. Obviously, anything you can get is pretty good.
yeah,
But that's the thing about this business too is we don't want people just to succeed in business, right? But we want them to succeed in like every aspect of life. Like for
yeah,
me, like it wasn't until I joined this business where I got the skills to get these good jobs, like sales at Meta and
yeah,
T-Mobile, right? Just one phone call interview, get hired on the spot. I was able to do that because of what this business has taught me. So I know you haven't been around much, but like the more you'll be around, you'll notice how many times Luke and Quan talk to you about your goal, what your career path, and what's it looking like for you at the moment. But a lot of us are a little bit, still studying right now. Like most of the Merced guys are kind of like first years, right? But yeah, now is definitely the time to be looking for internships, looking for jobs. Because I mean, for me, I'm not looking for many internships, mostly like jobs, because I already have like, a lot of work experience, so it's a little bit easier for me to get out there. But you know, it's something we want people to do a
yeah,
little bit more, right? Like I said,
Hmm.
before you invest any money or time in this business, we want to make sure can they afford it. So I mean, we kind of want to get a little bit an idea of what that kind of looks like because what our mentor Phil made for us is a little budget sheet. Because I know most people never kind of tracked that before, which is why he made it for us. It's not just about money budgeting, but also time budgeting as
yeah.
well, which is why I meant budget and schedule. But can you see this on my
Yeah.
screen
Yeah,
here?
we can see
Okay.
it.
So I know you say you didn't like Excel, but this is what is this? Google Sheets. Pretty similar, right? But I like this one because it does like the coding on it too. Like, well, what are these called? Like formulas, right? Wait, you see it?
Yeah.
It's like one of these, like little formulas, right? How do you see the formula? I don't know how to see it, but it does like the calculation, right? Like if I type in right here, like 150, like it'll put it up here, add it up to your savings, and then put in your income to see how much money you need to be able to make to cover your expense. So it's pretty cool, right? Like I didn't make this,
Yeah.
but our mentor Phil made this. But it helps us, kind of get an idea with someone on what their budget looks like and how we can help them when it comes
Hmm.
to that. Because obviously, what the goal is minimize expenses and maximize your income, right? Like from now until being successful, I think we're all on the same page of delaying gratification, right? Like I'm good, I don't need to take the trip to Hawaii right now, right? Because this is something I'm willing to delay to, start building up my savings, start building up this capital right now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not all of us, right? Like Pancho, Francisco, he just came back from vacation, but other than him, yeah, I think we're all kind of on the same page of what this looks like. So I kind of want to get an idea of what your expenses, are looking right now that you're paying for. Because if you're not paying for that many expenses right now, then it's the best time, to be building, these little savings goals, this little capital on the side. Um, so I mean, since you said you already budget your finances, you probably already have a good idea, right? On how much you
Yeah.
spend, types of things. Like, I mean, we can go through them. Like rent. How much do you spend on rent?
Well, right now, nothing.
Nothing, right? Because you live
Yeah.
on campus, right? And it's covered
Um,
by FAFSA.
covered. Not
Back
FAFSA.
home, huh?
Not FAFSA, but yeah, it's covered.
Not FAFSA. Who covers it then?
The Regent scholarship.
Oh, scholarship then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that on-campus housing is just so expensive. So.
That's what gets everybody.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, they do it for like what, college experience. I never got that. I was always a commuter, right? Never spent too much time out there in the dorms. But no, that's good that you're not paying anything though, because that's the biggest expense,
Yeah.
right? Like right now, I'm paying like $300 to $400 in rent, and then back then with my dad, he had his heart attack. He's good now, but during that time he couldn't work. So what, me, my brother, my mom, that's when we had to step up and work a lot more hours. I was paying up to
Mm.
500, 600 in rent and bills. And, it was a tough time. But like I said, now that you don't have to worry because, down the line you will, right? When getting older, get your own
Yeah.
place, obviously rent's going to be that big, big expense. So right now that you don't have it, it's the best time, to be saving up. Um, but let's move on from that. What about food? Because this is my biggest one right here.
Yeah. Same here.
Like eating out, huh?
No, same, me too.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How much do you think you spent? Because this whole page is like for a month, like in a
It
month.
varies. It varies, to be honest. But
What do you think is like the average?
let me just see it right here real quick from last month. I'll tell you.
Oh, you got it all tracked. Oh, there you go. See, I was telling it was Chris' girlfriend actually that you should really track these things. Like, look back at your bank account and look at how much you're spending. But I mean, you're someone who's already on top of it, huh?
Yeah. So just on food, like going out, it'll be like I didn't spend a lot, 216. So that's not including like groceries or
Yeah, that's not including groceries.
and that's light. That's me being stingy too right now since I'm
Dang.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Uh, so how many times do you eat out in like a week?
just the weekends. Honestly, my girl been buying me a lot of food lately, so that's why I'm
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
uh
I'm not. Yeah, that's good.
maybe once or twice, like twice a week. That's the only times I eat out, only in the weekends.
Only the weekend. Because on like during the weekdays, you eat at like the Merced.
Just try to eat at school, or sometimes I buy like groceries or little
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
and I'll make here in my room.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah. No, same here. Food is probably one of my biggest expenses. What's your? I think I asked you this before. What's your favorite spot to hit? Did I ask you that before?
Where out here?
Yeah. Or out here. Let's say out here where you're from, and then in Merced too. Because in Merced, I don't think they got much, right?
Fuck, I don't even know. In-N-Out is that's my favorite spot.
In and out, yeah. We
Weird.
just had some in and out yesterday after the meeting.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
I
The
think
same one you came with us last time, remember?
yeah, I think Zenos told
Oh
me
yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, you see? Did he send you the picture?
I think he did. I haven't responded, to be honest. But
Oh yeah.
last message he sent me was right here at In-N-Out.
Oh yeah. Oh, Yeah, he was getting Chris got like a 4x4 and then he put like all the prizes. I'm like, Chris, you crazy?
Nah, I
No,
ain't
I'm just
hungry.
kidding. Yeah. But okay, so that's it for food then. What about car and insurance?
The 288.
288 every month
Yeah.
on your insurance?
Yeah, just insurance. Car is paid off. Been
Oh
paid off.
yeah, why do you pay so much for insurance? Is it just you?
That's not even me. That's not even under my name. I'm not supposed to be driving my car.
Oh yeah?
It's under my brother's name, and I just pay him that just so it could have be
Oh,
insured. Yeah, it's
Mm.
okay.
because I got into 2 car accidents and 1 speeding ticket in 1 year. So they're trying to charge me 2,000 something, and then like looking for other insurances, they're still charging me 1,000 something per month. So that's what
Man,
fuck that.
that's crazy. Yeah, okay, I can see why. I'm like,
Yeah, so that's why I don't like driving nowhere right now, because I should be driving only when I have to, like my doctor appointments to go back home or shit
uh,
like
okay, yeah. Uh, man, yeah, that's a lot, right? And I can tell a little bit why. But once you get your own, right, that's when it'll be a bit cheaper, right?
that.
Like under your own name.
Nah. And then when I get it under my name, they're probably gonna try to charge me a shitload. That's what I'm trying to
Oh
say.
yeah?
I have it under my brother's name,
Ah,
so the
okay.
car could be insured.
Man, yeah. Okay, so that's a lot in just those few expenses.
Yeah.
What about gas? Okay, here's another big one. Gas.
Gas. I mean, I'll go home once a week, so I'd say, let me see. I'd say like 200.
Yeah, gas is especially out here. I mean,
That's like barely driving right now.
yeah, yeah. I've been driving all around too. I'm paying like about 200 as well, something like that, maybe a little less. What about your phone bill?
Phone bills, right now I'm only paying $30.
Okay, $30. What's your line right now?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. Well, I just got hired at T-Mobile, so if you need a discount, I got you, bro. Uh,
Hey,
I got
he's
that.
already he's already on. Hey, you know anyone who wants to switch? Let me
Yeah,
know.
bet.
Let me get that early commission. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, what about groceries though? You say you spend on some groceries,
Groceries, let's say 120.
120, kind of stock up. And then what about haircut?
Haircuts, 120 as well.
What? With the beard and everything?
Nah, that's without beard.
That's without beard?
Oh, since I go every week, they kind of just sometimes they don't charge me for like just kind of they sometimes they do it for free, to be
Oh, you
honest.
go every week.
Yeah, and that's like a must.
Oh, okay. That's a
It's
must,
a
really.
necessity to me, even though it's not. Yeah.
Like that's a true investment in yourself then, huh? Always gotta get that crispy lineup then. That's crazy. Okay. Man. And then what about oil change?
I mean, that's like once a year type shit, or like
Yeah, like once a year, like how much you pay for it, and then you kind of divide that by.
sometimes I do it myself. So,
Oh, okay.
uh,
So let's say just paying for the oil and then
let's say just for the materials, probably like let's just say 150.
150 and then divide that by 12. What is that? 150 divided by 12. Trying to pull out my calculator right now.
12.5.
12.5?
12.5, yeah.
Yeah, so that's about it for a month. Because like you said, you don't get it every month. What about shopping?
Shopping, got that up. And for last month,
Like miscellaneous stuff?
yes, I have my miscellaneous expenses. It's the most expensive shit.
That's the biggest one?
Yeah, what you'll see right now.
I thought you weren't a spender, bro.
I mean, this and this is like, I mean, I'm not, but this is things that have to 871 just last month.
Is it just getting started?
Yeah,
he's
but
like,
it was my girl's birthday, so and then I have
Oh,
and then other birthdays. So
oh yeah.
I have hella nephews too.
when
So
it's like the
So let's,
holidays, like Christmas, ooh, those get me.
bro,
I go broke. I go in the red.
the whole family?
yeah, I spent like at least 2,000 in Christmas.
Dang, yeah. But like not every month though, right? Because I mean, unless you
Uh,
got like events going on every month, but let's say
But
just like on a normal month.
let's say it's close though. Either way, 500 to 800 is probably like the clothes right there.
500, 800.
Yeah.
So let's just do like 600. Because, yeah, I mean, some months you spend a lot, some months you don't. Um, so let's just start with 600. What about tuition?
Tuition 0.
Yeah, because, okay, FAFSA. What about credit card?
Well, that's kind of all included in those other things. I use credit card.
Yeah, okay.
Let that
So,
just be 0.
yeah, just keep it at 0. Okay. All right, before we get into anything else, is there any other like expenses that you have, subscriptions?
Yeah,
You know,
Apple
Yeah.
Music, Spotify,
Yeah, it'd just be basically like
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime really the only one I have.
oh yeah.
That's
How much
like
is?
what, $8.
Oh yeah.
I use an AI, so that's $10 a month.
That ChatGPT Plus?
That I have Answer AI.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Because I've
Uh,
been thinking about getting it.
yeah, I mean, just for general shit, it's pretty cool.
Okay, okay. And you don't have anything else?
Then Apple, I have 3 charges. That adds up to 18.97 a month, so $19.
What are those charges at?
It's basically
Like,
for it's like $3 for extra gigabytes on my iCloud.
yeah, I know that one.
And then Apple Music, $6, and then I think I have a Apple Care for my laptop, so that's $10.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else after that?
No, that's okay. I don't pay for no subscription.
And I'm right. And I remember you said you had a girlfriend too. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. Is she at Merced too, or is she back home?
yeah, she's at Merced.
Oh, she's at Merced. So you met her there?
Nah, I met her somewhere else.
Oh, you met her somewhere back home, or
Uh, through a friend, basically.
oh, through a friend.
Sent
Okay.
me to-
Yeah. No, yeah. I remember you mentioned that a few times. I
Yeah,
didn't ever ask too much about it. But the reason I mention that now is because, well, I used to be in a relationship too, and I know girlfriend is one of those biggest expenses, right?
yeah.
So did you put that in like within shopping, or is that like
That's
its own
in everything included. Like
okay.
there.
With like
I mean,
food?
last month was her birthday, so that I had that separate,
Oh yeah.
and that was separate. But like just in general, like when it's
Uh-huh.
like a birthday month, it's
Mm.
included with everything.
Okay. Yeah. So if that's it, then you have 16, almost like yeah, over 16,000 or 16,000, $1,600 in expenses, which is about still pretty low, right? Because like I said, you're not paying for rent yet. You're not paying for well, luckily you're not paying for tuition. So it is still pretty low. And then obviously like your savings as well. How much will you plan to save every month?
Uh, well, let's say if when I would work or just normal, the minimum is 500, but usually every month I save at least 1,000.
Hmm, 500 to 1,000? Probably like let's say 500 because saving money. Well, I can add this part last because I mean what I wanted to talk about is more about the income.
Yeah,
But before I talk about the income, I know you saw these three expenses down there because, like I said, we don't want people to invest in our business until they're able to cover all of this first.
Hmm.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Like I don't want you spending money on products or anything else if you can't pay your rent or if you can't buy food for yourself. So, like I said, that's something we want to make sure that people have. So when they are able to cover everything here and their savings and have that money left over, is where they can invest a little bit more in their business. Um, so some of the ones we have here, pretty much like the only few times you will invest in your business is probably for these three things. The first one is the function, which is similar to Fast Zone. I don't know if you heard people talking about it during Fast Zone, but it's like basically what Fast Zone was like a 1 day function, right? Like the function essentially is like a big business conference around 3 days. We have one coming up in May, the first week of May, May 2nd,
second,
3rd, and 4th.
third, yeah,
You heard about it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so you should start like asking for those. Oh, you're not working right now. Like I said, ask for those days off, or make sure you're available, on those days, because that's gonna be a crazy big event. It's gonna be in Santa Clara, so right by us. I mean, you guys are coming to us. No driving this time for us. We're right
hmm,
next door. But yeah, when it comes to those events, like you notice, sometimes we'll get a hotel. so we can save money, all sleep together, or we'll split on gas. Usually we drive out like where do we go to Fast Zone at? It was in
Visalia?
San
Oh,
Visalia.
San Luis Obispo.
Oh yeah, I was in San Luis, right? So we drove a minute for that. So the gas is something we all split together. Thankfully this time we're next door, but you guys can split your own gas. Um, or sometimes when they're me and Chris, we went to one that was in Baltimore, like a few months ago. I think like 6 months ago or something like that.
Yeah,
So what we had to invest in the flight ticket, and then so those are an idea of some of those expenses you have to pay
Yeah.
for. We talked about that a few times already, right?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
like the food and everything. So that's pretty much like the only time. And obviously, we let people know beforehand. Like right now, we're letting you know that May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, it's gonna be a crazy weekend. So definitely, we'd love to see you there, Brian. Come with us. It's gonna be a huge event. But and obviously, so you can prepare for whatever expenses come with that. And then the ticket itself. So the ticket itself is not free
Yeah.
for me. It is for you guys. Because what Amway does is when you launch your business as a new launch, you get a year's worth of, you get a lot of things, but the one I'm talking about right now is you get a year's worth of these big conferences, functions, all these big events, the ticket for free, which is pretty insane, right? Because hey, when I was new, they didn't offer that.
nah,
I
you
had
had
to
to
pay.
pay.
I had when I was I had to pay full for the ticket. I'm like, what the hell? So all of a sudden, they're giving y'all free tickets. I'm kind of mad, but at the same time, I'm glad. You guys don't gotta make a real investment until you kind of see what it is, see if it's worth it. But nah, I had to pay straight up. But no, there's ways around it. So for you right now, paying for the ticket of the event, it's not something you have to worry about. Same thing for Chris too. He's still under a year. He's still not
Mm-hmm.
even working. He bro hasn't even paid for
Huh.
anything. Bro.
I haven't paid
Stop
for
it.
anything.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah. So let's say for those events, the max one, like I said, is usually around 3 days, and with hotel, gas, all these expenses, it'll be probably around $100, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, that's not including the ticket because as a first year, you won't have to pay for that. So let's say, yeah, $100 with all the food, gas, those expenses. And like I said, oh, not even $100, but this is for monthly. So $100, we have four of them every month. Four of them every year. So it's what? 100. Yeah, let me do some math real quick. Divided by 12. So it's like what, $33 monthly. Because what, four of them a year, they're quarterly, um, and then divide that by how many months, it'll come down like $33 a month. And that's like I said, getting to come to those events, getting to learn, right? The event is only worth it if you make it worth it, if you maximize the event. If you're just sitting in the corner not talking to anyone, then I promise you the trip won't be worth it. But that's just, something to keep in mind as a new person, right? The second one is ditto, which is using products and selling them, right? Because let's say a case of excess. Let's say I sold it to you,
Yeah.
I bought it, I get the retail margin, and whatever price I'll sell it to you. I can upcharge you as much as I want, but like, when are you gonna buy it, right? So you gotta be
Mm,
reasonable. There's
Yeah.
different strategies when it comes to that, but your your goal is to make a profit. Right. So once you're able to sell that, you'll make the retail margin, the profit, and the PV. So like three ways you can get paid. And that's when I'm talking about selling products, because that same case of excess, I'm not gonna go out and buy Red Bulls anymore. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go out and buy Monsters anymore. So I'm gonna replace that with my excess. That was money I was gonna spend anyways. Know what I mean? That
Yeah.
was money I was in, like my shampoo, my deodorant, my vitamins, my protein, all of that, my skincare, my mom's makeup, my sister's skincare, everything now on my website. You know what I mean? And that's something we can help you out with, right? When it comes to introducing products to people you know. But like I said,
mm-hmm.
before we get to that, we want
Yeah.
people to kind of get an idea of this. So for that, there isn't like a specific amount, because obviously, like I said, there's, well, different ways you can do it. Like self-use, personal use products, selling products. Because for our team, we do a 150 PV standard. And you should look at that as kind of a goal because when you launch in Amway is when you get access to the strong start incentive. Have we talked to
Yeah.
you about that before? Sound
Yeah.
familiar? SSI. So basically, like I said, another new thing they added. I didn't have that when I was new, right? I'm just mad now, but no, I'm serious. I didn't have that when I was new, but it gives new people like you guys
Yeah.
chance to make some pretty good money. Like I've seen Chris's checks. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, I wish I could have got some strong start incentive, right? No, I'm low key jealous, but nah, I'm glad you guys get the chance to make money. Like, how many months are you in for SSI now, Chris?
I'm 9 months in, so once I reach 3 more months, I'm gonna get like a $600 bonus on top of
Yeah,
like my like everything else that I make.
there you go. Yeah, so it's 9 months. He's 9 out of 12 right now. You can
That's
only miss
for
two. You can only miss two, but Chris, you haven't missed one, right? You only missed like maybe one.
Yeah, I think I missed only one in like the beginning.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because you were still
you're
like
supposed to hit
getting your
like in the 12 months, you're supposed to hit at least 10 100 PVs per month.
150 PV. Yeah.
Hmm.
150, yeah.
And once you hit 150 PV for those amount of months is where you'll qualify for the bonus.
Yeah.
I know Chris has all the screenshots too. You should ask him to see like what the
Yeah.
time looks like. Yeah, but no, I have full confidence that Chris will finish his 12 months, and I'm gonna be crazy because, like I said, it's a new incentive. So
Hmm.
Chris, gonna be the probably some of the first people to qualify for that incentive. Right? It hasn't even been around a year. Like I said, it got added when Chris joined. So Chris is gonna
Literally.
be one of the first like Q12 founders SSI. So shout out Chris. But no, but then you can hear from his example of how you can make some money right away
Yeah.
just by doing the bare minimum consistent 150 PV. That's all something we can talk about later. But just to give you an idea of what that looks like, let's say 150 PV. Let's say that's like I said, one PV is $3. So let's say $450. But look at that from what out of that 150 PV, how much are you selling, right? How much is it your products that you use? That's included in this shopping right here. How much of it now is going to be in here instead on Ditto?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or how much of this Ditto are you selling back to customer to get that money back?
Yeah.
Right? Because ideally, that's the end goal. We want people to have a strong customer base so they're not spending any of this money just on products to stock up on, right? That's a common mistake a lot of people make when it comes to running an Amway business is stocking up on products. But like I said, we want to just make sure that someone is kind of good on that. But like I said, we can talk about that next time, but that's just to give an idea. But the last one is VWW subscriptions, which is access to our streaming platform, which is, where you see different audios from diamonds in the business, different personal development, a lot of good techniques, a lot of good advice. There's different bundles and plans for it. But again, another thing that you guys get for free for
Hmm.
being first serious. Another thing that I didn't get for free.
Yeah.
I'm mad at like you can see why I'm mad now, right? Like hold up. All of a sudden we just handing stuff out then. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you guys get the basic bundle for free for your whole first year
Yeah.
as a new IBO. So right now adding those business expenses, like I said, we'll talk about Ditto next time, maybe a little bit closer when you're gonna launch. But as of right now, it's just another $33. And that's not exactly every month. Like I said, it's just
Yeah.
every few months we have those big events. So you can see it just adds a bit, right? And obviously, depending on your commitment in the business, we're not going to talk about it too much this time. Maybe next time when we talk a little bit more on ROI, return on investment. But the more these will increase, the more you're committed to the business.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit more next time. But right now, as a candidate, this is kind of what you can have the idea as. Um, but now looking into income, because like I said, you need to be able to cover all of this before spending into your business. So let's start with just 1656. So let's say, oh, and then you said how much in savings you wanted?
Like 500.
Every month? That's a lot. So you need to make. Oh, this is about like what I spend on expenses right now, about
Yeah.
2,000. So you need to make more than that to be able. So let's say from your first job, you need to make more than that. Let's say like 2,200. Or let's say yeah, 2,200, $2,200. And let's say, oh, with the kind of jobs that you're looking for, let's say internships, right? What's
Yeah.
like the average pay rate of, let's say, one of the ones you're looking
The ones that I might get hired for already, with the final interview, that's $25 an hour.
for? Oh, there you
Work
go.
40
They're treating you
weeks, that's
good.
like 1,000 a month, but Uncle
Okay.
Sam.
So let's say you get that internship and they're
Yeah,
paying you what, $25,
yeah,
then you need to only work 22 hours a week
Mhm.
to be able to cover all this, which is good. That's good,
yeah,
right? Because you know what that means? 22 hours in your week, that's not a lot, which is fine,
yeah,
right? Like I don't want someone to just go out and slave the different works. Like you can do that when you work full time. But right now, when you have this flexibility as a student, 22 hours goes to your work, but the rest of the time you can invest into growing your business. You can invest into sponsoring people to make making PV a lot easier. So that's the end goal we want to get people at, right? Like I said, minimize the expenses, maximize the income, obviously be able to hit your savings goals, hit all your expenses
yeah,
with not slaving 40 hours a day every single, right?
yeah,
So I hope you're able to get this internship,
yeah,
right? Because that's something that's I would consider this a good condition,
yeah, it is.
right? Like this condition right here. Like I said, we work with a lot of students, a lot of these first years,
Yeah,
never worked before, and then like I'm looking at like 1650, like we just talked about earlier.
yeah,
But something like this, I would say this is a good condition, a
yeah,
good foundation to start your business.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to be at 40 hours though for the internship. 40 hours.
Yeah, right. Oh man, let's see. Let's not 40 hours. You probably gonna double this, but that's not a lot of time you can spend for your business. Because like I said, time, 40 hours a week and going to work and then your school and then let's say maybe 2 meetings in the week. That's already a lot. Because
Yeah,
like I said, going to the meeting, that's not growing your business. That's growing your mindset. That's preparing you how to grow your business, but that's not actually going out and growing your business.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, money is like I talked about one of the most important things we look at, but the second thing is time as well. Because, like I said, if someone's spending 40 hours a week, it's a little bit tough for them to spend time for this business. So, we're not just worried about the money budget, but the time budget as
yeah,
well. Because, like we've noticed so far, you kind of took a step back a little bit because what? School probably a lot for you,
yeah.
right?
To be honest,
School is
especially
probably a
right
lot.
now, these next couple of weeks are gonna be pretty busy.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Just finishing up.
just I
So,
have to have like I have a lot of health issues too, so I had to go even to LA for doctor appointments,
oh, yeah?
get injections. I had to
Uh-huh.
basically miss a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. What kind of health issues are you suffering right now?
Just have a couple, but it's one
Oh,
that I
yeah.
have to drive that takes a lot of time right now is my
Oh,
lumbar back. So
oh yeah?
yeah, so like my
Uh,
lumbar spine.
uh-huh. Yeah. And you're taking like medications for that, or is that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
how long have you been suffering with that?
Since 2020, but I barely opened up my case 2024. So for like a year,
Okay.
yeah, a little
Okay.
bit more than a year right now that I've been like getting treated again. So I
Uh-huh.
found out you could open up your case. It goes through workers' comp, so I'm going through
Mm-hmm.
a settlement right now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, work is it really?
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Huh?
How did you end up getting that?
Well, when you get injured at work, because I fell off the scaffold, I'm in construction,
Oh, okay.
and I was kind of young. I wasn't that young, but I was young,
Oh,
so
really?
I didn't really even know what workers' comp was. But it's their
Uh-huh.
insurance. That's where basically you get injured. The company they send you there, so
Yeah.
you get treated, but they don't really treat you. It's basically I don't know. They don't look out for your health basically.
Mm, I
But
see.
because of them, they kept trying to force me to go back to work, and that caused me to get a bilateral hernia, and I had to get surgery, and then I never been the same from there. And then later on, I started noticing issues with my knees, and then my lower back. So
Let's see.
that's why I reopened my case.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can tell that's something, obviously, keep us updated with that. Obviously, that we didn't know that was something you were going through, but, any way, we can help or be aware, feel free to let us
Uh,
know. So,
I got hella health issues right now. So it's just
yeah, no, I didn't know too
hella
much
stressful
about.
for me right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, man. Um, yeah, I know it's something, everyone's dealing with their own thing. Obviously, the more we know about it, the more we can help, the more we can understand, right? So, feel free to share whatever more or whatever more you're comfortable with sharing with us. Um, but yeah, back to this. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get an idea of what your weekly schedule kind of looked like to kind of understand, how much time you have to spend for this business, right? So when it comes to plan, are you? I mean, since you budget your finances, are you someone that plans out your schedule like every week?
Not really like that. It's more of just
Hmm.
calendar. So what I do is these post-its.
Ah, okay.
So I write down every single little task I need to do today, you know?
Oh, okay. Kind of like
Brushing
to
your
do.
teeth 2 times, to washing your face 2 times, to, my meds, vitamins.
Oh,
After
nice.
I fast, I don't eat at
Uh-huh.
a certain time, homework, these meetings. So every single little thing I need to complete
Yeah,
every
I
day,
feel
and
him.
I get it done.
So,
So it's basically, yeah, like right here it says high. So it's literally from low to high priorities tasks.
mhm.
And
I
then I
get. Yeah.
have
Okay.
a
Good.
physical calendar right in front of me that I always put. That's like the main one. And then I have like
Nice.
Outlook calendar just for like more major dates.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So see, you're pretty on top of it.
Yeah.
Something Phil always tells us is that having a predictable schedule is the best for running, not just our business, but any business.
Yeah.
Because when your schedule is predictable, it's easy to understand what time and how much time you have to build your business, right? Because what we're doing is, well, our 9 to 5, going to school, going to job is building our living. But to build our life is that 5 to 9. That 5 to 9 where people would go back home and rest and what live in the moment, get ready for tomorrow. That 5 to 9 is what we use to get ahead.
Yeah.
So that it goes back like the bucket carrier pipeline story, but I'm not gonna go too in depth about that. But like I said, I kind of want to know a little bit more about your schedule. So, well, what are like the mandatories on there right now? Like so far, let's start with your school. Right? Like when do you have classes?
Usually Mondays at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh man, you got the early class then.
Yeah.
To what time?
Till 9:20, I believe.
Oh yeah. And you can see it's not really that accurate because what it goes from 9 to 10 to 11. So I'd say for a more accurate one, you can do something like this on a piece of paper, right? But this is just an example, like I said, that filming. But is that your only class on Monday?
No, I have the class at 10:30 to 11:45, so like 10 to 12.
Oh yeah, okay. And then what else you got after that?
And then class again at 3:30 to 5:20.
Ooh, okay. It's a long class.
Yeah.
And then is that it for Monday?
Yeah, and then well, right now I had the business internship process, so I would also go through that. So that would be 8 to 9 p.m.
On Monday?
Yeah, but that I already finished, so that wouldn't be in there no more, I guess.
Hmm.
So now I guess Chris, you're the one that knows. So now that I got accepted, it's every Thursdays you guys have meetings, right?
Yeah, it's every Thursday now, from 8 to 9.
That's gonna change.
Okay, so Thursdays from 8 to 9. That's for your club now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Club, club, club. Okay. And then is Wednesday the same as your Monday schedule?
No, but similar.
Oh,
So I
what's
have
your
class at 8 in the morning, but I have class at 8:30 at 10:30, my bad, 10:30 to 12 again to 11:45.
oh, so you don't have your 8 a.m. then?
So it's not my 8 a.m., but I have a different class after now.
I see. So no more 8 a.m., but you still have this one?
Yeah.
And then what else?
And then I have class at 12:30 to
So,
1:20.
and then do you have this 3
And
p.m.?
office hours from, well, it's kind of in between, I believe, from 1 to,
Like in between these two?
yeah, the little gap.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, just to get an idea of, right? Like I said, it's not that accurate, but just know like during this time you're busy, right?
And then class again at 3:30 to 5:20.
Okay, yeah, I see. What about Tuesday and Thursday?
Tuesdays is gonna be Tuesdays I have class at 10:30 to 12,
Okay,
and then I go to office hours till 1 p.m.
1
every
p.m.
Tuesday. And then I have a little discussion at 4 to 5. So 4 to
Um,
4 to 4:50.
4 to 4:50. Okay, so I'll just keep it at 4 then. Yeah. Okay. And then what about Thursday?
And Thursdays just one class at 10:30 to 11:45.
Mm,
And then every Thursday I go to office hours as well and that's till 2 p.m.
till 1?
Yeah, till 2 p.m.
Till 2 p.m. Okay. Alright. And does that look accurate? Just as much as it
Yeah.
can get, right? What about Friday?
Friday is no classes.
No class. Nice. There you go.
Fridays usually I have like usually every Friday I set up like doctor appointments
Mm,
and haircuts or depends.
okay. I see. All right. So, do you have any other? Well, since you're not working right now, is there any other like mandatories that you have on your schedule?
Not really.
Because you got club and class already. What about gym? You just like squeeze it in whenever. I know for some people it's a mandatory,
I
but
haven't gone in like 2 months, so that's why I haven't included it. But I usually go at 6 a.m. to
oh, so you're the early gym guy. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, whenever you can,
Yeah.
definitely go for
But as
that.
soon as I'm done with everything else, I get too lazy. But I usually
Right.
wake up by 30, make sure I'm
That's the
done.
thing, see? That 9 to 5 drains you, but only some people can push that extra mile. I feel it, man. Um, but other than that, that's pretty much it for your mandatories, right?
Yeah.
So now we're talking about our business, right? What you can squeeze in for there, and for our business, it's not really too much. It's very manageable because we only have 2 weekly meetings, right? Every single week, which is our Tuesday meeting, our Tuesday board plan. I think you've joined board plan a few times, right? Kind of get the theme of what it is, right? It's where they show the Amway business plan, right? You've gone to a few of our Tuesday meetings, yeah?
I think like two.
Oh, about to? Okay.
Yeah, 3 months
But
one.
well, pretty much what you've seen is that the topic is, well, for the first session at least, is where they'll show the Amway business plan. And the reason for that is because every week there's new people joining for the first time and they're seeing the business plan for the first time. So it may not be your first time, but it's someone's first time. But when you're joining that meeting is where you can learn to show the business plan. And that's a very useful skill. When you're talking about sponsoring people and controlling your own business, you want to be able to show the business plan. So it's pretty much how you can learn. And then the second session is a bit of like a training topic, something relevant that the speaker picked out. We always pick a speaker, invite a speaker from somewhere else, and that's our business professional one, right? And then our Friday meeting is the only other time. Usually starts at 7 now. It doesn't start at 6:30. It usually starts at 7 now, which is called our pace meeting. Uh, pace meeting, which is not business professional, like the board plan is a little bit more business casual, but this is the one where they talk about more relevant topics about how to build the business strategies and things like that. And obviously, we want to help people make their schedule so they can give time to these meetings, so they can learn, not just learn what the content is and learn something out of it, but most importantly, to associate with the people. I know it's hard for you guys since you're in Merced, your little group is kind of all you've got. So that's why, like all these chances, like yesterday, to come to San Jose with the team to connect with everybody is it's a little bit more beneficial, right? Getting a chance to like I saw Chris yesterday. He got a chance to take Javier. Remember Javier? He got a
Yeah.
chance to take him to Luke, and Javier was struggling with a few things, a few doubts and concerns. And he was able to take him to Luke that easily, is when he, kind of covered a lot of things for him. So it's these little things like coming around that can help out a lot more. So that's why any chance you guys can, obviously we'll let you know beforehand. We love to see you guys. Actually next Tuesday it's our turn because me, Luke, Francisco, we're coming back, baby. We'll be back at UC Merced. Yeah, we sliding through. Make sure,
That's
come
right.
welcome us. But and we're gonna do our little event again. But most importantly, I think we can set up a time to talk with Luke before the meeting with us
Mm.
three and Luke, so we can talk a little bit more about your selection process, right? Because obviously Luke is the one that helps us out a lot more. So obviously we want to connect him with you as well. Have a little quick meeting.
Mm.
So you,
Yeah.
yeah, look out for Tuesday. Wait, looking at your schedule, when do you think you have time for that? You think from like 2 to 3?
For what? For Luke or for
Yeah,
what?
to meet up with Luke on Tuesday.
You guys are gonna be here all day or what?
Yeah,
Shit.
we coming early. What time we coming early? We said yeah, because we're gonna meet with Javier too, like some of the candidates in the process before our big meeting. So you think it's like a good time frame for it, or what do you think?
We have our I have a midterm that Tuesday next Tuesday, and let me see actually. Well, it's gonna be the whole class. Let me see, Tuesday. I should be good though by that time.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, we'll text
Yeah,
you.
I should be good though by that time because it's at 10:30. Even though I get extra time, I should be good at that time.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll let you know. I'll confirm a bit more. But basically, yeah. Um, and then during the weekend, you said you go home a lot.
Yeah.
You go home every weekend?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
try to go as least as I can because shit, I ain't trying to drive.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's
excessive.
only when I have to, and lucky I have to go often, but it's only when
hmm
I have to.
Okay, yeah. So when I look at your schedule, I can see that. Well, when do you usually spend your time to study, like homework, knock out assignments, and things
All
like
day,
that?
literally, like every single little gap I have, like as soon as I'm
Mm.
done with this, I'm done. I'm gonna go straight to homework, Like
Mm.
I'm the type of
Okay.
person that's in my desk all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can have a lot of time because, like I said, obviously, board plan and pace are the only mandatories that we have. And then another thing that I think Juan talked a little bit about last time is those habits, right? Starting to develop those habits, like listening to audios, reading books, joining these meetings. That's something we want people to make time for. And obviously, I'm not asking what 3 hours of just reading. No, it's like what 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes, 10 pages, whatever you're comfortable with. Like one audio, half an audio, whatever it is. We just want people to start building the habit, right?
Yeah.
Replacing some of those old habits with some of our new habits that really increase our mindset and skill set. So definitely, make some time for that as well. I think after today, I can send you some more materials. Oh, did you get a chance to look at the last materials that we sent out to you?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, so for sure I did.
Did you get to listen to them?
Yeah, it was the Emerald success story.
Uh-huh.
Is one
Mm.
with
Okay.
the one, I
Yeah,
believe.
I didn't see you say anything when you finished them. And you're right, it was a while
I
ago,
think
right?
it was right, it was literally right before we went to the trip.
Oh, okay.
That's why
Yeah.
we got like not
Mm.
basically, got thrown off and just
Yeah. No, that makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So whenever you finish those videos, like we'll send some more on tonight. Like I said, send us some reflections, some things you took away from it. So, because that's how we know, that you're ready for the next one,
Yeah.
right? So keep that in mind. I do gotta get going right now. But it was nice talking to you, Brian. I can send this to you. Let me go ahead and send this to you,
Yeah, I'm
right?
down. Send me both just so I can have them just in case.
Yeah, yeah. So you see right here, they're both in like you just gotta switch the
For
tabs a
sure, the
bit.
time one is the one that'll be beneficial.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and obviously you can edit it a little bit more to like make it custom for you. But what's your email?
Uh, it's a B Roland, so ROLON, 2 at
Uh,
ucmerced.edu.
I bet that should be you. Yeah, you can edit it, and yeah, I'll send you that. So go ahead and look at that. And obviously, you can update it, once you've got the job. Um, the internship. What's the application process looking like for that? Because
For which one?
for the internship, because obviously, the sooner the better,
One I was
right?
talking about?
Yeah.
Or yeah, that one's, I already did 2 interviews. So I'm already on the last one where I have to go in person.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's looking
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah. Just let us know how it goes. And
The only thing is that I told you last time already too when we went on the trip. It's during the event, and that's like the only day they have it. So it's like I'm gonna have to go.
oh,
It's
okay.
during that weekend basically on
Yeah, I didn't remember that. Okay.
but I
Yeah.
you're like,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that one's a 3 day event, so it's like I have to see what I have to go because then like
Okay.
I'm gonna go back home that I think that weekend too for something. It's like
Mm.
All right.
and
Yeah.
come back. I don't know. Well, I'll talk about it later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk a little bit more. I do got to get going right now.
For sure,
So
for
it's
sure.
nice talking to you, Brian. We'll stay up on the chat, right?
All right, so,
But what you can do, you can text Juan on there and tell her what we talked about today. Just so she's updated, right? She's our
yeah.
coach too. Um, you can text her that. But other than that, like I said, I gotta go. But hey, nice seeing you again, Brian. Hope to see you around. Hey, our next meeting's on Friday. Are you talking about Friday meeting? Your boy's gonna talk, so don't miss my talk, Brian.
All right
Mm-hmm.
then.
All right, I'll see you guys though. All right,
All right then,
Okay.
for sure then. Peace out, Tona.
I'm
No,
going.
Christopher,
Yeah, how
you
you
good?
feeling, bro?
Good?
How was
Tired though?
that? Tired?
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it, bro.
Cool.
No, yeah,
You
bro.
guys, that's really cool though that you guys really have to get them like ready for what they're gonna expect you to pay. That's good. You guys showed me that 'cause, I get to see what to expect. Like at least
Exactly.
I don't have to pay, but like the functions, Tito,
Mm-hmm.
the subscriptions. Like I know the first year is free, so I don't have to worry about that for the first year. But still,
Mm-hmm.
even though that budget sheet is pretty cool.
No, that surprised me too, and it actually like made me feel more confident in doing this because I'm like, wait, they actually care about like my own financials and not just wanting to like, take my money.
They
So
don't
it's
want
like,
to just throw you out there and like, all right, like if they
yeah,
know
for
that I'm
real.
like straight broke as fuck, then they're probably not gonna want me to do it,
No, exactly. And then like instantly, I just like I guess sales has kind of always been something I've been good at, like naturally. Like I would always sell like
Yeah,
chips and candies. So bro, once I picked it up, bro, I just started selling customers and like literally just what like yesterday I had like my aunt buy something off of me and then I'm like, oh, if you give me a referral, I'll give you a discount. She got me a referral like then and there, and then
yeah,
that person got me a referral. So I got like three customers order right there with just like one order. And so like I was able to make like what I think it was like over like 150 right there, literally in
yeah.
like 5-10 minutes. I was like, bet.
Sheesh.
No, yeah, but like over time, like you kind of get the hang of it. But I mean, I've already been like what doing the sales for like 9-10 months now, and I've like done a lot of methods. I messed up a lot. I failed a lot. But like, let's say like in the future, like you want to learn how to like actually like sell things and like actually move the products here. Like I can
Yeah,
definitely help you with that, and also like Helen too. But yeah, that's kind of like more for like in the future. I can kind of help you with like the techniques and like what and how to sell things, and kind of like what like pitch you should use. But yeah, man. I mean, how do you feel so far though, through like the whole process?
good to be honest. Just trying to dig into it more.
No, yeah, of course, of course. No, yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
It's more of
Well,
like the doubts or like myself that's just stopping you,
no,
your own
exactly.
mind.
The same thing with me too. And then I kind of had like a sit down convo with Quan and Luke, and they really helped me like kind of like break down those like objections and like break down those doubts I had because I felt like I was gonna be able to do it or like I wouldn't even be able to see myself doing it because I didn't see any other successful Mexicans like me. So then
Yeah,
when I went to like the big meetings, I saw other successful people like that looked like me. So I'm like, all
yeah,
right, if he can do it, then I can for surely do it. So I was like, yeah, that just gave me more confidence. But yeah, man, kind of just like coming to like the association and like the in-person events is
yeah.
like where you can kind of create those bonds with like those people there. So yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to keep you any longer. I know it's already been kind of like an hour long meeting, but yeah, bro. I'm glad you actually like that like the time management and also like the budget sheet. But yeah, bro. I mean, if you have any other questions, concerns, just drop them there in the chat or just let me know through PM.
You guys always suggest too, like how we have our weekly meetings and even the pace. Always try to have like a reflection. That's kind of noticed.
No, yeah.
So
So like
I should be
something that
doing that,
like
you
yeah,
know?
something that like Tona wants to see in like the coaches is like really like the candidates' reflection and like their like critical thinking, like so to kind of see how they understand things and see things. Because like yeah, you can watch a video and you can summarize it, but can you
Yeah,
like reflect about it and like maybe like see how it can resonate with you or has resonated with you like in the past. So like what the coaches want to see or like Tona is kind of like, all right, did they really extract the information from this video and did they apply it to their like like past tense selves or like to themselves now? And like,
yeah,
what did they see or like, what did they think that they can apply now or like, did they even try to apply it after they learned it? So they
yeah,
look out for things like that. So I'd say they're really big on reflection because that's something I didn't do a lot and I'm still working on it, because it's like a lot of say like what like TQ for me to like want to like think about it. But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't notice until I started seeing like in the like for example, Fast Zone, they talked about reflections, you know? Always
Mhm.
reflections going back to your then going back to your sponsors, uplines and asking them the questions, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, and I hear too something I don't forget who said it. I think it was Tona or you in the chat, you know. So I was like, all right, they're actually pretty big on reflection. I started noticing it, building up on it, like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
actually doing these reflections.
No, yeah, Javi was reflecting a lot. Like after he talked to Luke, he just
Yeah,
started like instantly reflecting and writing stuff down. And he actually reached out to Luke personally. And he introduced
yeah,
himself. He got to know him a little bit more, and he kind of shared his reflection and his appreciation for
yeah,
speaking with him. Kind of just taking some time out of his day because he actually flew to what was it to not Toronto to Austin. So he flew to Texas literally like right after that meeting. But yeah, I was actually into the same thing. I know you already know Luke, right?
yeah, I met him to say 2 times, I guess. Yeah.
Have you texted him personally or not?
No, I don't think I have him anywhere
No.
on a computer or
Okay,
nothing.
okay, perfect. I'm gonna send you his Facebook account, and then you can send him a message. Just like introduce yourself and kind of just let him know. Uh, or like you can even reflect to him with this too. Like you can share it in the group chat, but kind of just reflect on like how your process has been and like maybe what you felt after fast zone, something
Yeah.
like that.
For sure, right now I'll send a little reflection on. Well, not well, I guess a reflection on today's meeting.
No, yeah, for sure. Um, I'll send you his account, and if you can just kind of introduce yourself, just so he also knows who you are, because then you'll kind of see that you're putting in effort and like
Yeah,
wanting to get to know him. But man, see like these things like this, bro. I wish Tona did this for me, bro. When I was in the process, I was
yeah,
just waiting there, and he bro did not like tell me, oh, like text Quan, text Luke. But
yeah.
yeah, man, no, it's good though, bro. But I'll send you I'll send you Luke's profile right now, right?
I appreciate all these little pointers too that you be telling me.
Ah, of course, bro. I got you, bro. I want nothing but the best for you, bro. Trying to
Appreciate.
set you up because my process took like what, like almost 2 months,
Yeah.
and I know Tona's took a Tona's took a long time.
I think that's what mine is about to be too. About to be almost 2 months like that. So mine's probably gonna be around there 3 months.
I said 3 months is crazy. I got you. I'll send it to you right now.
I don't even know how long it's been to be honest.
I think it's been like a month, something like that. A month in a week or two. All right, I send you his. Let me see if you got it. Were you able to open it or no?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, for sure. No, yeah, you could just add him as a friend, and then once he adds you back, you could just send him a message, introduce
Yeah,
yourself, and then kind of just share a little reflection of maybe this meeting, and also to the group chat too, so Quan can kind of see maybe at her. But yeah, bro. I mean, this concludes the meeting, bro. And I mean, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, just let us know there on the chat, bro.
for sure, man. All right, thank you guys for taking your time too, meeting up today,
Of course,
especially
bro.
you
No,
guys.
oh yeah, bro. But yeah, bro. I mean, it's dope, bro. I'll see you on campus, and yeah, I'll text you on the
All right,
chat tonight, bro.
you have a good night then.
How you too, my man. Peace out.
Thanks.